I never played the game to do any of the things that I had accomplished over a 22-year career. I never imagined playing 22 years. I was struggling in high school at times at pitching because of my height, at college because of my height. 4 years in the minor leagues. It's kind of unheard of that you would stay 4 years in the minor leagues. I didn't break into the major leagues with Montreal until 1988, and I was 25 years old. A lot of kids now break into the major leagues when they're 19 or 20.
You ever wonder how a kid from the suburbs ended up being one of the scariest dudes on a baseball field? Let me tell you about Randy Johnson, the guy who put the shake in hitters' cleats. Randall David Johnson was born on September 10, 1963, in Walnut Creek, California, a suburb of the San Francisco Bay Area. His parents were Carol Hannah and Roland Charles Bud Johnson. Now, Walnut Creek isn't exactly known for churning out baseball legends, is it? But this kid was different. By the time he hit Livermore High School, he was already tearing it up on the baseball diamond and basketball court. Can you believe that? A high school kid that good at two sports? It's like something out of a movie. And here's the good stuff. In 1982, his senior year, he piled up 121 strikeouts in just 66 innings. Insane. But wait, there's more. He actually finished his high school career with a perfect game. A perfect game. Talk about leaving him wanting more. This guy was a freak of nature. Johnson towered over the mound at 6'10" or a mountain on the mound. I mean, can you imagine somebody that big throwing at you? It had to be intimidating. He was like a one-man wrecking crew. His fastball was pure gas, and that slider, forget about it. It was like a black hole out there. He could strike out anyone anytime. Not that everything was always smooth sailing for him. He struggled with control early on. Can you believe that? A guy with stuff like his couldn't find the zone? Crazy. But never mind, he caught on. 9 times the guy took the league's strikeout lead. 9 times. He won the Cy Young Award 5 times. 5 times. He was winning everything in sight. Earned run average, winning percentage, complete games. Unbreakable, this guy was. He has to have one of the longest careers ever by a pitcher. Most guys by the time they're in their 40s are over the hill, but not Randy Johnson. He was still blowing it by guys and striking them out. And get this, he threw a perfect game when he was 40. 40? That is unheard of. So yeah, Randy Johnson was a legend, a total monster on the mound. It's no wonder they put him in the Hall of Fame on the first try, but this guy had another side to him. He was kind of a hothead. I mean, you don't become 6 to 10 inches and not have a big personality, right? He got into some pretty heated moments on the field. So what kind of confrontation did the MLB player face? Make sure to like and subscribe before we dig up some dirt on Randy. And then there's all the media stuff, of course. He wasn't Mr. Personality in interviews. He kind of came off like a bit of a grouch. That's understandable, considering he's always in the spotlight, but it didn't endear him to the public at all. His time with the Yankees is a bit of a different story. You would expect the guy to be the biggest hit ever in New York, a no-brainer, right? It didn't work quite like that, though. Sure, he did win some games, but the fans never really got behind him. That all started before the first pitch was thrown at all. He walked out of a building, and some cameraman started bugging him. He was going about his normal day, and all of a sudden, there are cameras in his face. It was not expected at all that he would snap. Okay, this guy just shoved a cameraman. Great first impression, huh? No wonder New Yorkers didn't warm to him instantly. Once you develop that first reputation, it really sticks with you. So he gets to the Yankees and puts up some decent numbers, but a 4.74 ERA in New York, that isn't going to cut it. The fans expect perfection, or at least something near it. And then he goes and has playoff meltdowns. 6.14 ERA in 2005 and a 7.94 ERA in 2006. Yikes. That is going to turn even the most diehard fan on you. Johnson was a beast, but New York is a different beast. It's a pressure cooker. You've got to have thick skin and ice in your veins to survive there, and maybe Johnson was just not made that way. Yes, he put up some decent numbers, but in Yankee terms, that's not enough. This is a place where legends are born and where sometimes even the greats fall short. The fans expect nothing less than perfection. It's a tough gig, and let's not forget, the team around him wasn't always the greatest. Many of the runs scored against him were just not his fault at all. Add the constant media scrutiny, and it's a recipe for disaster. But hey, take a step back. 2 awful seasons do not cancel a Hall of Fame career. He will be remembered for those insane strikeout numbers, not his time in pinstripes. Randy's temper got the best of him at times. times, and that did make for some high-quality MLB bloopers. On April 16, 1999, a game between Arizona and San Francisco went haywire, the tension boiling over into an all-out benches-clearing brawl. Lost in the melee was the towering figure of Randy Johnson. In the heat of the moment, feeling the need to protect himself, Johnson grabbed a cap nearby and yanked it onto his head. 0:00, 0:29. What he didn't realize was that it wasn't even his hat. He'd reached in and swiped a Giants cap, the image of the big, intimidating left-hander known for his lava-flowing temperament. Donning the enemy's hat was a sight to behold. As things began to settle, with players dispersing and going their separate ways, Johnson finally realized the unintentionally comical nature of what he had just done. It was an instantaneous occurrence that has taken its place among the annals of the history of baseball bloopers. While not a fit of his rage on display, rather his skills getting the better of him, Randy Johnson once threw a fastball so hard it hit a dove instead of the home plate, killing it instantly. March 24, 2001 seemed like any normal spring training game between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants. What took place next, however, was far from average. It is the pitch of Randy Johnson, whose fastball was feared across the entire league. The ball is released, and then, in what must have looked like a one-in-a-million accident, mid-air, a bird flying across the field collides with the ball of Randy Johnson. The impact was such that the bird literally disintegrated in a puff of feathers. The entire stadium got dead silent. No one had ever seen anything like it. It was strange, almost surreal. The incident was captured on video and went viral, emerging as one of the most talked about sports clips of all time. People still bring it up years later. It's a testament to the surprising nature of sports and the lasting power of a truly bizarre moment. Randy Johnson might have been a little ill-tempered and had a few scrapes, but compared to other baseball players, he kept his nose clean. He finally hung up his cleats on January 5th, 2010, after a legendary career. But that wasn't all. The Mariners, where his career began, showed a bit of love by allowing him to throw the very first pitch at their home opener on April 12, 2010. And if that was not enough, they inducted him into the Hall of Fame on January 17, 2012. Not too shabby a way to be remembered. The Diamondbacks also gave him his props, inviting both him and old teammate Curt Schilling out to throw the first pitches for the 10th anniversary of the World Series win in 2001. That team was special stuff, and it is real nice to see them doing their props for those guys. So after years and years of just flat-out owning batters, Randy pitched his way further into that illustrious legacy. First stop, a place in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Can you imagine being a first-ballot Hall of Famer? That's huge. The Diamondbacks had some serious love for him, retiring his number and all. And that whole drum set thing? Classic Randy Johnson. It really doesn't have to do with the baseball accolades, though. The guy has got a heart of gold. All those trips with the USO, supporting the homeless, it's just very inspiring. Rightly so, he won the Bob Feller Act of Valor Award for his charitable work. He stayed even more in touch with the game, working as a special assistant to the president of the Diamondbacks. And that's not all. To make it even better, he has been ranked the best of the best by the most popular major sports magazines. So what does a hot-tempered, retired MLB player do in retirement? Well, you'd be shocked. Photography. That's super cool. Who would have thought that the big unit would become such an accomplished photographer? It's like he's always trying to find another way to challenge himself. From bringing the heat off the mound to capturing amazing photographic moments. What a transformation. I mean, just imagine viewing the world through his eyes. From MLB play to the sublime beauty of wildlife shows. It's really quite varied. And catching the energy emanating from a Rush concert in the lens must be a different ballgame altogether. The intriguing part of it all is the fact that in two different fields, one can be top-notch. I guess it's what happens when you are a natively born talent. That's it for this one. If you're a fan of baseball icons, make sure to check out our latest one on Roger Clemens.